Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. Whew! It is Tuesday morning, and it was a chilly night last night. I'm actually gonna have to start thinking about arranging my blankets properly. Right now, like in the summer, I like having weight. I have a ton of blankets year round, but in the summer they generally just rest on my feet because that's where I need weight, but most of it needs to be on my feet, and so why, I couldn't tell you, but that's where I like having the weight is on my feet. And yeah, I'm not wearing shorts. I'm wearing three-quarter pants, and I have a hoodie on because it's kind of chilly. It's supposed to warm up because that's the beauty of moving into fall is it starts off cool and it gets nice during the day and then cool at night. So cordwood got delivered yesterday. I have three cords sitting in my driveway right now. And after stream today, the goals are to sweep the chimney and start organizing wood while husband creature starts bringing the new stuff in. I try to I try to work while he's working on it to provide motivation. So that and it stacks up fast. So but it was really cool yesterday. So I see the dump truck coming in and I'm eating lunch and I'm getting ready to go to work and I see him coming in and I rush downstairs and grab husband creature's car keys so I can move the car and the guy's already like lining up to get in and dump the wood and I'm like I can move that car if you need me to. He's like no, it's good. Beautiful execution of dropping the wood off. And I mean, they bring the 180 cubic foot dump trucks. They're big dump trucks. And just more proof that big vehicles can, in fact, get down my street, maneuver, and not hurt anything like it seems all the other large vehicles that come down here forget how to do. I did take my meds today. It's just been one of those days. Last night I got to work the desk, but it came at a price. I finally had a supervisor meeting with the assistant director and the director, um, and I finally got a written list of things I need to do. And mind you, I do most of them. There are a couple things that I do need to work on, and everybody has stuff they need to work on all the time. But it just kind of dragged me down because it felt like I was not doing enough in their eyes. Like they were questioning my ability. Because honestly, a lot of stuff happened while I was off for my 2 weeks, and it and it just was kind of disheartening. It was constructive criticism that I got, and I do definitely appreciate constructive criticism, but it just kind of cements. Like my boss said something that hits home. She's like, I know you could do something if you want to do it. It just seems like you don't want to do it. And then she started dangling, oh, I know you can go far in this place if it's like, no. You lured me in with false pretenses. I'm working here until I get another job. I want to care for the residents. I want to make sure my coworkers are safe and secure and the residents are safe and secure, but it is not my passion job. Um, so no, admittedly, I'm not passionate about my job, but I will not intentionally fuck it up because that's my reputation. I'm not going to give subpar work just because. Just because. That's a full sentence. uh, enough audio processing today. I pay a therapist to do that tomorrow. But today we are working on 939. We are going to get it done on this page today. I'm closing in on the finishing of a block that I stopped halfway through yesterday. But I have all of today off, so I'm not too worried about getting stuff that I need to get done.
My mind is like a hive. The thoughts intrusive are just bees buzzing to stay alive, distracted and elusive. They collide within my mind, and I struggle to think with my thoughts in a bind, and I push to the brink of insanity. Lost in thought, I wander down a path to my inner world. The complexity leads me to ponder, and the depths of my emotions swirl. Though the bees can get overwhelming, the inspiration they mold in their buzzing I find compelling, a reminder of the power I hold. So I embrace the bees within my brain, even when they drive me insane. For in their chaos, I find a refrain of the beauty and complexity of my inner terrain. You will never understand that this is my norm, and I have chosen to embrace the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I hope you are able to get back to sleep. I'm just you can't even see what I'm doing. That's how with it I am today. I'm just working on. I woke up with a high blood sugar, which is rare, but I also foobarred my insulin last night, so I'm fixing that today. And like I always tell people, I'd rather have a high blood sugar than a low blood sugar. Hello, Pocket. I'm just working. This is all I got left of this the 939 as it's once I have the line I'm working on and one more, and then I have, let's see, I have a block of 250, I want to say. So high blood sugar is bad, but it's not. It takes it takes a whole lot longer for a high blood sugar to kill you than it does a low blood sugar. Okay, one more left. I went and I got more 939 out of the container. So I had. That's mostly why I stopped yesterday, as I ran out of string and I ran out of the bobbin. So I was like, nope, this is a good stopping point. Am I? I was gonna say, I think I'm loud enough to be heard. My volume's been weird, so. So tomorrow there's no stream, but I have therapy, staff meeting, and then work. So tomorrow's gonna be a day. Yeah, yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. I need to. So documentation is a big thing with being able to submit paperwork to Medicare in order to be reimbursed. I have a coworker, and if you guys have any way of helping me with this, I definitely appreciate guidance in the and I'm still going to talk to my supervisor about it. So yesterday, after the meeting I had with my supervisors, I went around to each one of my cohorts, which funny enough was the entire shift. Like all the 3 to 11 people were on working last night. So it was like awesome, and at the same time kind of sad. So I went to each one individually and had a nice conversation with them. And one of the things we talked about peopling. One of the things we talked about was documentation, and the bosses requested that the phrase "no incidents occurred" or "nothing occurred" should not be written in documentation, because that kind of just says that we're not doing anything, which is not true. And mind you, this has changed 50 billion different times. But the current standard is resident did or did not go to meals, was or was not med compliant. So it's like most of the time it's resident went to meals, was med compliant, and I say staff was available as needed. It shows that we were there, we were doing stuff, but the resident didn't need anything extra at that moment. And if they did need things, I put it down below the as needed and put, okay, so this person needed help getting their TV turned on. This person was not feeling well. This person went out and had a great meal with their friends, that kind of thing. And I have one coworker who, after I sat down and I had a conversation, as this is what we should be writing in our shift report, the entire shift report last night was no incidents occurred. Nothing occurred. It's like, I don't know how to curb that. And when I catch it at the end of the night, it's not, I don't have enough spoons to deal with it at the end of the night. So I'm trying to work through, like, my boss has said, you have the full authority to start writing people up for this. And that's not what I want to do. I want them to hear me when I say, this is exactly what you need to say. This is all that is wanted. Go with it. And so I need to have a conversation because I know this is my problem child. The other two that are on my shift understand. Like, all there's a Gen Zer, which is my problem child, and then there's us three. Two of us are elder millennials, and one of us is a solid millennial, like right there, dead in the center of millennial. And I generally don't buy into the generational things. Like, I've met some really cool people from all generations, but stereotypes exist for a reason. And unfortunately, my Gen Xer is running into that reason. Okay, there, I'm back. It's another thing I need to do today is maybe run my wire. Okay, 10 down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10. Jules, helpful. Pocket, also helpful. And the funny thing is, Pocket, is there is actually a note above where when you start documenting, there's a note that says this is not acceptable. But I'm gonna see, it's kind of buried, so I'm gonna see if I can make it pop up. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it a pop up. Because most of the time in the coding, you can change the words within a set area. And unfortunately, the documentation is very portable. There's not like one area where people just sit and document, because it's done on laptops, and we have laptops on the med carts. We have a laptop at the desk, and sometimes they just take the laptops from the med cart and they go sit in an area and document while they have little bits of downtime. So I might have to talk to my boss about them making sure a pop-up occurs. I mean, I could program it myself, but they won't let me. small banner. It's so frustrating because I am I'm an easygoing person. I will tell you point blank what I want or what I've been told is what I want. This is more of a situation of I've been told this is what I've been told I want. And it's really not. It's yes, nothing occurred is 2 words and it's much shorter. But that's also stating that we were just sitting around for 8 hours doing jack shit. Where saying resident went to meal, resident did not go to meal, resident was med compliant, resident wasn't med compliant, was indicating that we are in fact paying attention to our residents and we know roughly and appropriately where they are. And this one coworker, my boss admitted, is a problem child. So it's I'm not a great disciplinarian, but I think I'm gonna have to put on my big girl panties for him next time I see him, which will be tomorrow, and have a real conversation. But that's where I'm at right now. Is I'm struggling in being heard, and being heard in my fashion, because I could be me. If I was so inclined, I could be an absolute bitch. But it's not a switch that is just individualized. Like I and I don't want to have to be that. And yeah, it's really frustrating when 2 out of my 3 peeps do their thing. I have that's one of the things I should be doing today is unloading and loading dishwasher. I have a list of chores that I should do. We'll see how much of them actually get done. After this spot right here, little dot. I have a little dot that I'm keeping an eye on, because after that I have to jump spots. Because once I'm done 939, let me look. I think, yeah. Let me look at my sheet of paper. Okay, so 939 is the last big one. I only have one on the either scale of the page, and then I have a whole long list. This is all the ones that have like less than 30. Less than 30 stitches each. But as you can see, like, let me pull the camera back a little bit. Like, I don't have a whole lot left on the page. Like, there's very little left on the page. So we're gonna have a page finish here soon. That does help, Pocket. That really does. And And I'm sure my boss tried in different language, but that's why I reach out to you guys sometimes is we can say banana jelly roll and everybody go, oh yeah, so you mean peanut butter jelly sandwich with bananas. This is a really radical example, but you guys understand. Whereas unfortunately my boss does not have my specific kind of spicy. She has levels of spicy, but not the hot mess of spicy that I got going on. Not like someone took an Indian spice rack and dumped it over on the floor and went, "Hey, look, raspberry." And I meant that with all the love because India has some very very colorful and spicy food. I like it. I'm gonna copy and paste it. I gotta find a place to copy and paste it. There. Totally. Sounds like Pockets had to do this before. And I'm not when it comes to many things, I am a great supervisor. I get things done and most of the time I have no issues, but I have problems. Oh my god. I have problems when I have people who don't listen because I'm not asking for rocket science. Pocket, you're the best. Like, all kinds of love. Oh. Yeah, exactly. I know what to do. I would rather not. Flat diet Sierra Mist. Scratches the itch in the throat, so that's what we're doing. I have trouble translating it into not spicy talk. Because, well, that sounds really bad. No, I don't spicy talk to my coworkers. Unfortunately, this coworker is very. He was an air traffic controller until forced retirement. Just to give an idea. And he's the guy who does the big flashy things to get attention and to get the credit. Like, whereas I do things behind the scenes, and I prefer. I know people know that I do stuff, but I prefer to not have the public adoration. The quiet thank yous mean more to me than any sort of blaring on the loudspeaker, "Hey, Raw did this." Oh, yeah. Like you're thinking of the question, you're like, I'm gonna ask the question. And then you get to where you're ready to ask the question, you forget to ask the question. we have a resident who just had some surgery, so she's on antibiotics. So, and she has an ostomy, so she's she her everything is very very runny right now because of the antibiotic. It's actually getting warm enough in my house where I'm gonna test taking off my big heavy thing. I got 2 of my 3 art projects ready for polyurethaning, and I'm gonna get the 3rd one done. That'll be definitely something I get done today because arts and crafts. Uh, oh, also, just a reminder for us and those of us with neurospicy kids, as the seasons start to change, our meds will not be as effective, and we will have moments of not fun because the season changing does have an effect on us. And not everybody notices it, but even people who were properly wired, there is a change. They are affected. It's just not as noticeable for us, noticeable for them as it is for us. Ask my resident at work, but it just feels like a boundary crossing. So please forgive if you feel it is too. Um, how do you shower with an ostomy bag? Do you like with me with my when I have my tubed insulin pumps? I take them off. Do you take the ostomy bag off and just like plug the stoma? Because I know body functions don't stop just because you have a bag put on. Like things keep going. Oh, okay. That, I just sometimes like it just my poor um my poor summer child mind. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. So what happens? We're gonna go into weird questions. What happens that like is it installed in such a way that it like encompasses the inside of your large intestine so everything has no choice, it goes into the stoma? Or what happens if something slips past the stoma? Yeah, plugging up the filters, yeah. Now I'm sure I could go to Google and look all of this stuff up, but I don't need that visual. And you are good with words, So, and I also want to be able to better support people with a little bit of knowing, because I know very little about ostomy. I don't have to generally deal with it. It's not in my wheelhouse, and I've made it very clear to my work coworkers that I don't do poop. I don't. I I'm cool, like talking about it. Hey, it's hard. Here's how we soften it. Stuff like that. I'm cool about talking about the processes. Dealing with it, nah. I think I'd have trouble even dealing with mine. Oh, like this is super insightful, and you can tell me to stufu any at any point in time. And I know the supervisory way of answering that. I would prefer not to talk about this topic at this time. See, look, I do know supervisor stuff. I'm also a huge fan of nope, not going to answer that. My favorite one to use is, are you really sure you want that answer? I don't have to use that one very often because most of the time people ask me very mundane questions and they're pretty easy to answer. But every once in a while, you get that one person who asks that one question that you're like, you're not going to like what comes out of my mouth. Gotta change the string. La 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 la. So, I did post it in Discord, but I also uh, I also made a new intro for Call Dance called Party God. And actually, it came out pretty good. It came out pretty catchy. that's what I like is is most people that I meet are more than willing to like talk about and explain conditions or things that they have to do. It's a lot of it is just me getting over myself or having that comfort level with someone to be able to ask a specific question to them. Now, I've gotten better over the years about asking specific questions and phrasing it in a way that I will not upset someone. Am I perfect at it? Oh, fuck no. But if I want to know, I will ask. Um, or if I need to know, I will ask. When it becomes a need, I become less. Uh, if it's a need, I'm less wishy washy about asking it. If it's just because I'm super duper curious and I legit want to be able to help, support, or just know things, that's when I start getting weird because I like to learn and people get weird about people liking to know things. Good. I am glad. Mhm. 60 stitches away from where I need to start paying attention again. Oh, you guys, I'm so pumped to be at the tail end of this 939 because I've had enough of this color. I've had enough of the color. uh, I feel that in my soul. Well, if you get a Frosty, get large fries. I don't know if you do this, but I dip my fries in my Frosty. I'm a diet Canadian. Yes, Canadian Light. So all last night, both the dogs were cuddling with me. They hung out. So this morning, husband creature gets home, and he generally, like, after he gets home, he keeps them in their kennel for a little bit, so like I can get like a good half hour sleep after like while waiting for my meds to kick in. And today he's like, "Do you just want me to let them out of their cage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's no big deal. Generally, it's only Pixie who comes up, and she comes up, cuddles me for like a hot 5 minutes, and lays down at the foot of the bed, so she can make sure that no dastardly plans are executed without her assistance." Today, she comes up, cuddles me, goes to the foot of the bed, thinks I'm asleep, jumps off, and just leaves me there. I'm like, "Hey, you get your butt back here." She doesn't listen. So I generally get out of bed at 8. Like, I'm awake at 7, but I don't get out of bed till 8. I go downstairs and she's like, "Hey, mom, throw my toy." "Hey, mom, throw my toy." And I'm like, "No, you ignored me." So, husband creature does the toy toss thing. And then I come upstairs to start working on my, I call it phase 2 of my stencil work, because, well, yes, I use stencils in my art. I actually do go I go over I go over and I actually artsy fartsy them um after the first round has dried. And once I get to this block, I'll show off what I did, what I've been doing. But she comes up, she's like, "Mom, love me, give me loves and pets." "Mom, loves and pets." And I'm like, "No, you ignored me, you abandoned me." So she goes away. 5 minutes later, same thing. And I'm like, and of course I give her loves and pets, because really. But now she has atrocious gas, and she's farting in my general direction. Ugh. So last night, husband creature and I were swapping shifts, because I work second, he works third, um, and at the same place. And he was well, the phone went off, and it was person. And I mean, it's 11:30 at night, and there's a person. Oh, 11 at night, and there's a person detected in front of the house. Now, mind you, we have almost $1,000 of wood sitting in front of the house. We're a little uppity about protecting that, so we pull it up and see what's going on. And it's some people with addiction issues with their dog, and the dog is just all about the pile of wood because it has lots of sniffs on it. It took him like 5 minutes to get that dog away from the pile of wood. And I just laughed. I understood. I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, you guys should not have dogs. Because it was very apparent on camera that they were under the influence of something. Two. This particular piece of string decided it wanted to be tough. Which, while I can appreciate, is still a pain in the butt. Another thing on my maybe to get done today list is my salamander, who looks like the GIF, the GIF lizard. He's the wrong color, but he's the his head's not attached, but he's this color. Like, but the face that I picked looks exactly like lizard. There's something going on outside my house. I'm not sure what, but it involves a ladder. Managed to get paint on my hand. Okay. One more line and then it's showing off what I was doing before stream this morning. Let's see, I can probably adjust. Maybe it. My next iteration of my arms will be a little bit more stable. So for the 2.5 years that I've had these arms, it's been good. I do need to get up there and work. I do need to get up there and work up there a little bit more, but I have lots of tasks and not nearly enough time. Ooh, I'm almost done another 200 stitches. I would very much like to get. I'm bound to determined. Even if they start pestering me, I'll toss them outside today. I'm getting 939 done. Because I know around 11:30 they're gonna start coming up and pestering me. I think they have time anxiety too. Here's a weird random question. Why are UPS trucks, why is their roof covered? Why is their roof white? Is it like for heat, like heat reflection? Seems kind of weird to have an all brown truck and then a white top. And I know it's not so they blend in with the other vehicles. I mean, it could be that it is a plastic roof, which I think maybe, and that could save on gas. Uh, okay. Once I get this line done, I'll show off my artworks. My arts in progress. Nice. Well, If you have to run away because your lunch is here, you have a great lunch. Or if you can wait, you can wait a couple moments. I know Frosties melt, but I'll be showing off my pretties. Almost done. I have like 10 stitches. Well, they're kind of in the background, but they're stacked up, so it good place for Frosty. Okay. Now that I have to stop and switch gears to start paying attention, I'll show off what I did this morning. So I'm gonna go over with light sand, like super duper light sandpaper to get all the bumpy paint off before I polyurethane seal them. But I got Fur Dad all done. I got it all outlined, and there's even a cute little heart. And this is my favorite. I still haven't played with it in a dark light yet, but is Golden Retriever. It's all outlined and colored. I do have to do some sandpaper in on it too. Maybe some touch-up paint, but I got this one. And this is the one I'm most proud of. The circle ones, I'm working on how to like make letters pop. So I did a little bit of shading and whatnot, and I have Fur Mom that's the third one that I'm gonna finish. That I'm working on as well. But I'm gonna for the tractor supply event. I'm gonna just bring the baby dragons. I'm not bringing any of the big dragons. I'm gonna bring I'm probably gonna bring most of my diamond art keychains because they're trinkets. They're low priced, and hopefully people want to purchase them. And I'm gonna bring a lot of my hoop art because a lot of my hoop art has the dog stencils, the like the tractor supply, the Sark, but they're all lightweight. So, but yeah, that's what I was working on before stream today, and I'm gonna finish it so they'll be ready for Saturday. Okay, now I need to pay attention to where I'm going. Okay, 3 and then skip 1 and then solid. Yeah, there's like 5 random open spaces in this area. So. Oh my goodness. Last night I finally spruced up my resume. I'd forgotten to add a couple of the course ad break. Okay, ad break is done. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. I really need to figure out. I know I won't. Not that I have a whole lot of marketing as it is, but I need to figure out how to just set it up through my website and then broadcast it out to the other things. Like have the primary for instead of having it be Twitch, have the primary be my website and people can go there and watch it. Or maybe even in addition and just have it. Yeah. That happens to me a lot too. Okay. So we got that one done. Okay, so this is not. Okay, that's two. Skip one. I think there's another one on that level. 4. 4. Skip one. To the end. This is all I have left. This little space, that's all I have left of 939. It'll be much better when I have this much left and it's the very bottom right hand side of the page. But for now, I'll take just the page. Mm-hmm. But I do think I'm going to have to pay attention. I do think I'm going to have to pay attention this, though. Because there's a lot more open spots. I got another 200 stitches done. 200-ish. So I have, and mind you, there's breaks in these, but I have 8 more lines, and they're not solid lines, so I kind of have to pay attention. But if I did my math correctly, if it was solid, it'd be 320 stitches. But it's not, so. No, I did my math wrong. It is 160. For whatever reason, I thought 2 blocks was 40 stitches, and I'm like, no, that doesn't feel right. So yeah, it's 160 if each one of the 8 lines was completely fully stitched. I haven't hit any, I've not hit my check mark, so I don't even know how many stitches I've done today. So we're gonna have that fun game at the end. Guess how many stitches? Got 2 lines of just solid. Blue jays are corvids. Yes, they do scream. I have an angry squirrel outside that I can hear. Mhm. I'm so excited. So excited to get a color done. Even if there is 200 and something thousand, 230,000 stitches left of it. Oh, 130,000? 939 is about 50% of the color on this cross stitch. So the other one being 310. You can teach them to speak. Yes, yes. Because much like the parrot and macaw families, corvids are one of the families that know how to speak. I mean, with blue jays, it might be just like another bird's call, um, but they can learn other sounds. But generally, it's the magpies, the crows, and the ravens that are known for their speaking ability. But yeah, corvids, yeah. I support this plan. Yeah. From what I've noticed, magpies and ravens are the best at mimicry. Mimicry? Yeah. Mimicking. um, Magpies are better than ravens. But your top two are your magpies and your ravens. And mockingbirds. I don't know. I don't think mockingbirds are corvids, but they have their name for a reason. They learn to imitate other bird calls. Oh, that's super awesome. Yes, yes, they are. Mm-hmm. I just don't give them any reason to hold a grudge. I'm sorry. Funny enough, I only disconnected once. It was the first round of ads. My Twitch disconnected. I'm trying to get. Let's see how many lines I got left. I got 4. I got 5 lines. Oh. When I freeze, does like my speaking freeze too? Probably does. And sometimes my computer freezes, like my cameras freeze for no rhyme or reason. Like my CPU usage right now is 13.5%, and I have nothing else going on. So sometimes Twitch is just an asshole. Trying to turn on the turbo boots. Got half an hour, 100 stitches. I can do this. Pixie is full of commentary. Pig, you're fine. Mm-hmm. Just clonked down the stairs. Just like, screw you, Mom, and just clonked all the way downstairs. Mm-hmm. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. You're fine, Pixie. It's not time yet. Go. No, you're fine. It's gonna show off the puppers cam, but she's hiding right in the perfect spot. But the camera doesn't pick it up. Might have to readjust puppers cam and move it out a little bit. Okay.
Real quick but real great part for I guess like a vocal part for just like a hard techno song. I'm sure you could probably hear it if you listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sample right there, baby.
So once I'm done 939, I'm calling it a stream. I have 2.5 lines left here. I have a little little bit of a celebration because I know that I did over 400 stitches today. Probably close to five. I want to say, I'm going to guess that I did 540 something. Hmm. No, I think by the time I'm done, I'll be closer to 600. So I want to say 580.
I don't know, something like that. Obviously, it has to be beat matched and maybe some effects and stuff on it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Small town kid with Olympic fire. Every day the stakes get higher. Critics say I won't go far, but he don't know who we are. Living life between the lanes, blood and sweat through summer rains. Mom worked doubles just to pay for the chance I chased today. Time to show them what we made. Every sacrifice we gave. Standing at the starting line, heart is pounding, this is mine. All those years flash through my mind, through my mind, through my mind.
Mhm.
Television screens light up as I reach to take the cup. All those doubts just fade away as I hear the anthem play. Every dream I dared to hold now turns reality to gold. Feel the world begin to shake as I
Well,
watch
that was
the
all kinds of fun.
records break. When our eyes touch the sky, breaking through, I learn to fly. When our eyes touch the sky, now we know that we can fly. They all know that we can when our
What? Last row.
stone cold
I have just the return left on this row. It really sucks that I have to get a new piece of string. Whew, I'm excited. And I've managed to do it before noontime, which is pretty amazing. So final guesses as I'm closing in. How many stitches did I do today? I don't even know the answer, so it can't coach you anyway. I say that I have done 580 stitches. Because once I get this line done, I'm calling it a stream. So there we go. So moment of truth. How many stitches did I do? I'm about to hit the check mark. Any guesses? I think all my viewers dropped off the face of the earth, but let's see. Hitting the check mark. Oh, damn. I got 457 stitches done today. I was way off. Well, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drink your water, take your meds. Be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself. I will be back on Thursday with Call Dance and his new theme song. I hope everybody has a great day. And thank you for the gift of your time. I love you all. See you later.